Greetings everyone, this is Stirring It Up with Chef Beee Live. We're here at Eating Fresh, and I'm here with my awesome guest, Raymond Tarragona.
Hey guys, welcome to Stirring It Up. I'm as welcome as you guys are to be here. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so Raymond and I are going to be talking to you a little bit about just financial wellness. It's part of our conversation this year in 2019 around activating your wellness plan. And we decided that we wanted to focus on different aspects of wellness. And we haven't yet touched on financial wellness in the series.
Yeah, man.
In addition to that, we're going to show you how to make 2 simple dishes that I learned how to make when I was in Ghana. Just coming back from Ghana, not even back a full week.
Wow.
It's been, 5 days?
Wow.
And still, adjusting back. Jet lag is kicking the butt, but it's getting better and better every day.
Wow.
So we're going to show you how to make a really simple tiger nut smoothie. I'll tell you about that. And then KELEWELE. It just sounds fun. KELEWELE. All right, so we're going to go on ahead and get started. So I met Raymond, it was almost a year now, maybe last April.
Last April.
So Talia Wajid, she does a show a couple times a year. And this particular show, she was debuting some of her sort of vegan line products. So products that didn't have a whole lot of chemicals or no chemicals, and it had apple and aloe.
Yeah.
And so I was actually one of the chefs in that apple and aloe suite.
Yeah.
And Raymond came by and tried the apple and
did.
aloe smoothie that we prepared and really liked it. So we've just been connecting on Instagram. And I'm seeing all of the awesome work that you guys are doing around speaking to business owners around how they can take their brands to the next level.
Absolutely.
And then now you're broadening your platform talking about wellness.
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so like you said, like Chef Beee said last year, I'm originally, guys, from the beauty space or the kind of hair space, so I was in a show. And this particular show was a little bit different because I wasn't educating. I didn't have to teach at all. So I was just being a student, which I don't always get a chance to do. And at the event, I wasn't necessarily looking for hair products. And at the time, I was already thinking, already inside of health, right? Right about 2017, I started making some changes in my own health, stopped neglecting it so much, focusing solely on business. So when I saw a smoothie, and at that point, I was replacing sometimes twice a day, some type of meal replacement smoothie. So I was drawn to it simply just because I wanted it. But then, so knowledgeable and what it did, and the aloe and the apple, and I didn't forget that, right? I didn't forget that. It was kind of a highlight of that particular show. Came back talking about it, and we stayed connected and things online. And my company, guys, and what I do now is primarily we talking to small businesses and entrepreneurs out there about branding, about business. Our motto is pretty straightforward: better brands, better business. But the better lives portion that we started off putting on there to have more of a work-life balance has now turned into a health initiative, right? Has turned into like a wellness platform to put on top of it, because traditionally, if you're in business, you're so focused on that you neglect your health. I was up to as much as 260 pounds, guys, totally out of shape, awful in health, and now
you look great.
Listen, I feel a lot better, and I realize on top of just the working out, it's the food that makes a difference. So the opportunity to come here and share, I was kind of surprised at the invitation, but then again, I already know this is where we'll be going. So I think
that's
it's
wonderful.
Yeah.
So from a financial wellness standpoint, really we want folks to really start leveling up. If there are things that they can improve this year, 2019, in their life around wellness, financial wellness, whether that's creating a budget if you've never done it before, the latte that you typically feel like you have to have every day, that $5, so ways in which that you can be creatively saving more money as opposed to spending more money. I'm just wondering what sorts of things, from a entrepreneur and business side of things, do you do in your own personal financial wellness, and then also that you share with people that they can do just little things that they can do that are game changers.
Wow, I talk about life first, guys, like household, and what I'll talk about there can translate almost, linearly to your business. One of the best things I could have ever done for myself, for my financial wellness, is to get out of debt. To really make a commitment, not in talk, but in real deed, And that was sparked by my wife. In 2012, I got married. And we both understood.
Yay!
Yeah, but it was her. I knew how to make money. I knew about business, but we both kind of understood that we had some gaps in understanding.
In the language,
right? In the language, right? One day knew how to make it, didn't know how to manage it. Somebody knew how to manage it, maybe didn't know how to save it.
Right.
So we started looking outside. No different than right now, learning and understanding. I got to learn more about food. Let me go get to the people that understand it. And I just got to give him a shout out. Dave Ramsey is a financial coach that's out there. He had one particular book that I probably purchased that book 10 times. It's just giving it to people. It's right up there.
What's the name of that book?
Total Money Makeover.
All right, so we'll add that to the comments.
It is a game changer to say the least. And it was simple. Even my approach to food or wellness, I try to make it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Chef B asked me what I was going to cook today, and I said,
he said, I can't do that, you take care of that.
But I can't cook, but I'm learning, and I know I have to bring that to the table. But I like simplicity, right? So I'm trying to learn simple things in food, and this book made sense because it was simple. And it was 7 steps, guys. Get it, grab it, don't even stop. We literally listened to the audiobook in one sitting.
Awesome.
Driving back from Florida, and the first thing that it talked about, the very first step, is to cut up all credit cards and to get totally out of debt outside of your home. So for 2 years, we looked like crazy people to our friends and family.
Right.
But as of summer of 2014, outside of a home, outside of children coming as far as college, we're totally out of debt, which changes everything.
Everything.
It frees you up to maybe pursue a business, something, a side hustle can now be a front hustle. You get your time back, even if it's not more money. You can kind of make a decision. So now, as a result of that decision and others, my wife was formerly a teacher in the school system for years, over a decade. I myself had a salon for years, and now we both work from home, splitting time between the company and wellness. And we couldn't have done that without getting out of it. So the first thing, guys, is to pay the people that you owe. Straight up, like pay them off, and we don't typically. I know in my culture, in my family, we didn't do that. Whenever we get a chance, and
it seems very daunting and difficult. Like if you have a credit card that's $15,000,
and we did.
So like, what was a strategy to actually get out of that? Because that seems like it's so overwhelming for so many people on how to get out of that.
Well, I tell you, you're talking about the word well, and you're just even helping me to expand my thoughts of the word, because you're not well if you're always stressing about money. And even if you're paying the bills, the work that it takes to sometimes pay thousands of dollars of school loan, car loan, medical. But again, it's this book. It's not an original book. And one of the first step is to save $1,000 in this book. To take everything out of the bank that you have anywhere. And it's designed to be with couples, but it could be done in an individual, but I would encourage an accountability partner. But the first step is to take $1,000 liquid, put it in a box, put it under your mattress, just have that for emergency is what he says. Which that's a big step.
Right.
Because take everything else out.
So you say take everything out of your bank account?
Either physically or in your mind,
mentally.
No more saving until we get out of debt.
Got it.
And then the next step is to literally line up everybody you owe. From the $50 you owe your uncle, to the $80,000 you owe University of Georgia, and then step by step, he calls it the debt snowball. And that's daunting.
Yeah.
Just to write it down.
Yeah. That's
scary.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And we had 5 figures at the end of that. And our second, most people do them.
Wow.
Most people got 20, 30. That's nothing for the average household. So yeah, we did. And guess what? It was $150 first. And we paid it. And what'll happen, guys, is when you pay stuff up, they don't come.
Yeah, they don't bother you no more, right?
You're done.
Yeah.
And then we paid off $500.
Wow.
And then we got to the first big bill. It was a credit card. It was like $2,000. And it took a couple times. And then it was paid off.
Wow.
And then down the line, guys, it got to her car, which at the time was only about $3. And I didn't even grow up in a household where you could be free of a car note.
Right.
And I remember when the title came, and something clicked, because we weren't done. But that was a major thing that we owned.
They actually give you the title in the mail, and you're like, oh snap! Wait, this is really
it's ours now. It's done. And they teach you how to. We just were recently, and it's not about this, but it's something that people need to understand. And from that point on, they say, don't ever get a car if you can't go buy it cash. So now even the truck we came up in was no more notes. This changes your mind on how you do it. And then we just went on a tear. No trips, no going out, looking like crazy people, selling stuff on the side of the road. The book puts you in a very practical nature to get out. And I remember, guys, when we were able to get totally done. I just put the number out there, 30 grand or better. And the last thing, it was one of the most liberating feelings. And to this day, even when we say debt free, a lot of people don't even
They're like, really? You debt free?
Because it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But the things that you can do from that, and then I just put that inside of my business as well. So even as I shifted over to this business, both my business and my home, I didn't know anymore. So you can make a lot of decisions on what you want to do.
As a result.
So that first step, it's not mine. So the 1,000 is designed to be an emergency fund. And then after you pay off the debt, now the money that you've been used to making, because it taught you how to generate money, now power up your emergency fund.
Right, so you can just add more to it.
So what happens if you're out of debt and you got 6 months, monthly, let's say if it takes $3,000 to run your home. Now you got 18 grand in the bank and you're out of debt. I feel like a Superman. Can't nobody tell you much.
Right.
Is that true? How does that feel? Tell her.
It's undescribable.
It's
Undescribable.
It's like you got a swag. It's like you got the swag that you kind of flowing with. Like,
and I'll be honest.
Good.
Yeah.
Like, you just good.
It's different.
Right?
And it's not a braggadocious thing. You just want to share it with people.
You just want people to be there also, right?
And it primed us for the health change.
Wow.
Because once you get that locked into money, right, then you start thinking about, well, what can I do with business, with relationships, with health. And then after that, the things you start learning, the personal development that happens from that, it's just amazing. So guys, if I can give you any, and I'm no health coach, I'm no finance coach, but even inside
but
of
just
business,
even that, you're your own business coach, and I love that. And I think everybody needs to approach their life from that perspective. What can I do in my own home to do things better? So we're gonna keep it right there for a second, then we're gonna actually get started on the first thing. All right, so Ghana.
Wow.
What an awesome trip.
How long was it?
So I was there for almost 2 weeks, and I just got back this past Tuesday afternoon. And it was a beautiful, beautiful trip. For those who were, joining the journey, thank you so much for being online with us. We were 5 hours ahead, so just feverishly posting so we could share all of the amazing magic that we saw there. And really for me, on that trip, I wanted folks to see that you can travel anywhere on the planet and, be plant-based, really. Because most of the foods that you're eating, they're plants. And, of course people are interjecting fish, chicken, beef, and those sorts of things in their diet, but we were very conscious not to even worry about that. Oh my God, where are we gonna get? Because the folks that we were with were right in alignment with our view of food. So we were in the marketplace, we were traveling around the country, and the beauty of that was we were able to just learn about so many medicines that Ghana has to offer. And one of the medicines I found out about, you're gonna try one. It's called tiger nuts.
Okay.
It has a funny name, y'all. No, don't laugh. But but tiger nuts. All right, so these are tiger nuts. So come on, cameraman, come on close. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. They actually look like peanuts, right? And you can get this in dried form. And what you can do is I want you to just grab one. Just grab one. And we're gonna chew it. Okay. So chew it. So tiger nuts, I want you to describe the flavor. What does it taste like?
It's almost like a combination of a peanut, but plant. Almost like celery.
So fibrous.
Yes, fibrous.
All right. So to me it has like milky flavor. It's very sweet.
It is very sweet.
And
almost like it's flavored.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody just soaked into something, but that's its natural flavor. So tiger nuts are used for energy. All right, so we have the actual raw tiger nuts here. But I just wanted you to try it. But you can actually find the tiger nut powder. Wow. And this is just the actual tiger nut grounded up into just a powder form. And you can use this as part of a smoothie every day for energy.
I love it.
The tiger nut is high in potassium, It's high in magnesium, very fibrous, so it keeps you regular.
Yeah.
And then also it helps you with iron. So if you are out there and you need, something to help you replace iron, this will be the thing for you. All right. So wonderful snack.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Yeah.
Watch a movie,
Yeah. Actually, you can take these when they come in dried form. You can just soak them, and then once you drain off, once they kind of hydrate a little bit more, you just snack on these throughout.
And this is something that is indigenous to
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
But you can purchase it here in the
You can actually get this online. We'll probably be selling this very, very soon. We got very excited about the different medicines that we found there and the plants that we found there, and we definitely want to bring that to our community. So we'll be bringing tiger nut powder online at some point. Okay, so let's build this smoothie. So I learned about this smoothie. I went to a place called One Africa, and the proprietor of that resort, she's in her 70s, and she looks amazing. And she's like, "This is my smoothie that I drink every day. So you gotta drink it too." I said, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add maybe about 2 heaping teaspoons of the tiger nut powder to this blender. Okay? So we have that. Now this is gonna be a spicy smoothie. Hope you like spice.
I do. I haven't had it in a smoothie, but I'm wide open.
Yeah, so this is chili powder. This is organic, certified organic chili powder from Ghana. So we're gonna add a little bit of chili powder. Notice I didn't put a heap in. It's like a little kick.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
You didn't know what you signed up for.
No, I didn't, sir. I did not.
And then we're also gonna add in some ginger. So this is a little bit different. One of the beautiful things about you smell it. You can smell how beautiful
Definitely
it is,
ginger.
right? One of the wonderful things about Ghana, the soil is so rich. So, things grow in abundance and they're just very potent. Right? So we're also going to add in here, this is also indigenous to Ghana, this is moringa. Have you heard of moringa before?
I have.
Moringa. Oh, you have?
Yes.
Yes.
My smoothies give me
Yes,
that
indeed.
energy.
Yes, indeed. Moringa is a superfood, just like the tiger nuts are, and it's very good for your immune system. And it just has overall benefits. You can add this to your water, helps to purify water, helps to just keep you fortified, strong throughout the day. So if you're making a smoothie, this would be awesome to add to it, along with like echinacea and all of these other wonderful superfoods. All right, so we have that. We're gonna add also in a little bit of almond milk.
Every day.
I'm gonna add that. You like almond milk?
Every day.
All right. And then I'm also gonna add in here some pumpkin seeds and some currants, just to give it some extra sweetness. All right. And pumpkin seeds. You know about currants?
I know. It looks like raisins, but it's like
They look like raisins. Actually, they're smaller than raisins. So if you think about a raisin, the grape is a lot larger. Currants, they look like almost like little tiny blueberries. That size. So when they dehydrate, they just actually very tiny. They're not as sweet, and so that's one of the reasons why I like them, because you don't want to, raise your blood sugar. So I use the currants, and then I also use pumpkin seeds, which is also high in iron. So we're gonna build all of that, put that all in here.
All of it. Okay.
Yes, and I have something in here, some bananas.
Okay.
Keeping this nice and cold. So we have that. So I'm pulling this out so it can stay nice and cool. All right, and so I'm gonna add in here some frozen bananas. All right, so like just two frozen bananas. And what we typically do, we basically buy bananas, like particularly if they're changing, and then we just put them all inside of, like a freezer bag. And then that way it's nice and chilled and you get to go.
We're almost there. Some
of this
we're already doing. So
and one thing I forgot, I'm gonna add, just to take the ginger flow up a notch, I'm gonna add in the ginger essential oil. Wow. This is really good for your digestion, and then it just adds this amazing flavor to your food, your beverages. I just love it. So all you need is one drop, all right? So this is really good for your digestion. All right, so we're going to tighten this up and give it a whisk.
Okay, now.
Woo! Let's see what happens. Let's see if you like the tighten up feel. There we go.
Give me mine. I didn't get
You did it? Oh, it's okay. But I will do that after.
Okay.
All right. All right, and so that's it.
Okay.
Simple.
Ingredients again.
All right, so we use pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
We use currants. We use moringa. We use ginger powder, ginger essential oil, chili, and we also use the tiger nut powder. Right, and so this is gonna give us some crazy energy. All right, ready? Oh snap! There you go. Try it. Tell me what you think.
That's very good. And it's spicy, just like
You like that? Mm-hmm.
the banana, the almond.
Yes. Good, right?
The other things I have not tasted, so I can't identify the taste.
But do you taste the spice?
I definitely taste the cayenne. I mean, not cayenne, but
The chili powder, right? And then the sweetness?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. You good. Would you like to try?
That's good.
Would you like to try?
Yes.
I'm allergic
Yeah.
to nuts, so I have to be careful about the
No problem.
I'm
Awesome.
about to say, 'cause you definitely try this. This is considered a green smoothie, no?
This is considered a green smoothie. I mean, if we wanted to take this up another level, we could add some kale in here or some spring greens so that you can get your additional chlorophyll. I always like to add greens to a smoothie, you know. We just kind of kept this
very
one.
interesting.
Yeah, but it's not bad, right?
It's not.
It's like a, it's like a
Aftertaste.
kick. Yes.
Wow.
Catch you in the back of the throat.
Yeah, exactly where it is. As you're drinking it, you don't taste it till it actually settles. Wow.
There you go. All right, so that's our first offering. So this is gonna
awesome.
give you crazy energy throughout the day. You can drink a tall one of these. My Baba likes to fill this up and just take this and go. You know, that's the beauty of this particular blender. All right. So after a workout, this would be good. Before a workout, this would be really good as well.
This is
There you go. All right, so that's the first one.
okay.
All right, so now we're gonna go back. In a second, I'm gonna just get this set up, and then we're gonna continue talking about the work that you're doing now in wellness.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
So the second dish that I wanted to share with you is KELEWELE.
Okay. Very good.
So, do you like plantains?
I do.
Okay. Do you like sweet plantains?
I do.
Okay. Yes. All right. So KELEWELE. KELEWELE is basically sweet plantains on steroids. All right. So
Okay.
it's just kicked up a notch. It's seasoned first and then fried. Okay. It's seasoned first, then fried. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually set up my fryer here.
Okay.
So I'm using today. There's some coconut oil that's already in here that I have on reserve, and I'm also going to add in here some grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna add in here some grapeseed
Now,
oil.
the benefits of grapeseed oil cooking versus the virgin olives.
So, you know, there's been so much drama with olive oil because of the source. So there's been sort of this controversy if the olive oil that we're actually getting in this country is actually the real deal, pure olive oil. So one of the things that I've been shifting is my oils. So I try to keep the oils very simple. Grapeseed oil is just a really good oil for inside and outside of the body. It's not thick, you know, so you can digest it very easily. Add avocado oil and then coconut oil. So actually I like coconut oil, so I blended that with this because it has a high smoke. So if you're frying, and then it
It's
has this
coconut oil almost exclusively.
yeah, it just has like this amazing flavor too. So the grapeseed oil and the coconut oil just seems to be like a really nice combination. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna
Take that
actually
with
take
you.
this.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna actually take one of these, and we're going to cut up the plantain, right? So I'm going to just slice it down the middle like so, right? And then what we're going to do is just slice like this, right?
Now the color,
Easy.
it looks a little different. So,
Ah, what do you mean?
well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I've never cooked plantain.
Oh, you
I love it.
haven't?
Not myself. No.
Oh, so you're used to like a bright yellow color? Is that it? It will get that way once
Got
we
it.
cook it. Cook it, rather.
Got it.
All right. So this is now. Let me say this: plantains are already ready to go. Like they're raw. You can eat it just like this. I want you to try one.
Okay.
Taste one. All right. Tell me what you think. So, yeah, you can eat. You can actually put this in your smoothie instead of a banana. All right. Yeah. And so they're ready to go. They're sun-fired. You know, we just choose to cook them because they just taste good when they fried up, right?
For sure.
Yeah, they just taste delicious. All right, so I'm going to show you how to prep this, and then we'll show you the after. All
Now,
right.
is there, I'm being very transparent because I'm here to learn as well. So, because it definitely has
It's starchy.
starchy. So the major difference between a plantain and maybe a banana.
They're actually different families, from my understanding. They're completely different. Yeah, banana's a banana. They're both fruits, but they come from two different botanical families.
But when they grow, they look. You can't
Yeah,
tell
they look very, very similar.
until they start to
Yeah.
actually show what they are.
Exactly.
Plants look the same.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is, so we have those ready to go, right? And then what we're going to do is I'm just gonna take half of a pepper, and I'm going to put that pepper in here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're making the seasoning for the KELEWELE. All right, so we have that. We have a little bit of salt, and I'm using Himalayan salt. I love Himalayan salt. It's not a salty salt, right? And it's a healthier salt for you. All right, so we have a little bit of green onions, red onions. All right, and you can use green onions if you have that. That's fine too. But we're just gonna just chunk this up like this, and we're gonna add this to the food processor. All right, and then I'm gonna hit this real good. There we go. My garlic. Gotta have garlic. Gotta have garlic, right? All right, so we're gonna add that to this, and then we're gonna zip away.
Generally, plantains, I have them in as side. So this
This is a wonderful snack. You can have this as like a main event or like an event at your home. Yeah, it's an awesome snack. All right, so look at this. This is our seasoning. All right. So what we would do is we would take that seasoning and we would put it in here. So, and then mix it up. So this is what the KELEWELE looks like before you actually put it in the oil. All right. And it's nice and marinated. It's seasoned really lovely. And I'm gonna turn this up some. Oh, it's already up. So we're good to go. All right. So I'm gonna take some of this and I'm gonna put this inside of our fryer. So we can take a look. Ooh. And what's going to happen is that beautiful yellow color that you like, that's going to start to happen. Yep. So this just takes time. It's nice and hot. You just got to keep turning it. Yes, so this is a wonderful snack. And this is a very popular dish in Ghana. KELEWELE. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're going to cover this up. And I'm just going to keep my eye on this. All right? Keep my eye on that. And I want you to tell the folks about what you're doing now in wellness. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing now in wellness?
Wow, so like I say, that summer of 17 started to, primarily was just to lose a couple of pounds.
Yeah.
But I learned quickly, like many people learn, that you could work out all day long if you don't change the kitchen, right? If you don't change what's going on in your food. So probably a year in, I started to really think differently about food. And we got introduced to just a community of people in wellness that was looking to do not just nutrition and vitamins. So we started changing things in our home, plant-based cleaning products, better skin care, things that we were putting on our body. Simple things started to swear. I used to constantly sniffles and allergic reactions. My wife had challenges with eczema. We started switching over into different products that had better ingredients in it. So then it became like, not obsessive, but almost like I wanted to learn about everything that we were doing, not just nutrition. So got serious about vitamins, got serious about food, and then I saw a major change in me, and then your mental capacity is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can work harder for people that are really hard workers. You can do different things. And then it was a huge mission to just share with the community of people that was following me, to even though you're in business, you're your number one tool.
That's right.
Like to get sharper, we have to really, a lot of times personal development, we talk about books, and that's common in entrepreneurship, books or conferences and podcasts and things of that nature, but it's like you gotta feed your mind.
Oh yeah.
You have to get serious about what we were doing. So we actually, like yourself, we came over as advocates separately from the entrepreneurship, so we kind of split our time, talking and sharing with people to convert their homes, eat differently, different nutritional things, even things like soaps and
Yeah.
all of those things matter.
Yes.
Because we're constantly just surrounded in the world with toxins.
Yes.
Yet we're inside 10 hours a day, full of toxicity if we don't get serious about
So I actually have to give a plug to Ewe Fresh because this year they have a challenge called Toxic Toss.
I love
And
it.
so, you know, Yolanda Owens, the owner of Ewe Fresh.
Toxic toss.
Toxic Toss.
I love it.
Toxic Toss.
I love it.
Toxic Toss. Did I do that right, Shantae? Toxic
I love
Toss.
it.
Right. And so really the idea behind the Toxic Toss, I'm glad that you brought that up, is even the simplest things that you think don't have any sort of parabens or, you know, extra crap.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, man.
Has it, right? And so just encouraging people to read their labels.
Yeah.
And if it has ingredients that you don't even understand, get rid of it. All right?
It's so important.
And really go to the things that you can put on your body as well as in your body. So if you can't put it on your body, you shouldn't be putting it in your body. If you can't put it in your body, you shouldn't put it on your body. And really that's just sort of the principle of the toxic cost. So that is a challenge for the year for 2019.
I love it. We read kind of a study that says just your basic cleaners that we're using every day. And I know for myself, I'm from the South, so if your mom wasn't using bleach, if it didn't smell like bleach in the morning, you weren't
No,
cleaning
I was
it.
like, we ain't cleaning that right. I know.
And
Yeah.
said that somebody had a cleaning company for years, and her autopsy is like she had been a smoker for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a serious.
Wow. So she had a cleaning company and all of the toxins that she was exposed to.
Just in the common things that we're doing over the shelf. So all of our cleaning is all plant-based at home, all the soaps and things like that. It made a huge difference.
Mhm.
My nephew, no more breathing treatments and the whole
Wow.
clean out the whole, no more plug-ins, all of that
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah, we don't do that either.
Yeah. So essential oils for the air. Now you're telling us we can use it to cook. We have
Oh
some-
yeah, and really with the essential oils, I use a particular brand. I use doTERRA, and that particular brand is food grade.
Food grade.
And so whatever essential oil, there are a couple on the market that are worth you trying.
Yeah.
It's all about it being food grade. If it's not food grade, you do not want to use them internally because you can hurt yourself. Why? Because they have synthetics. The same thing we're talking about. They have synthetics in them. They have fillers in them, and you don't want that messing with your liver. You don't want that messing with your digestive system.
Yeah.
So the key is quality in all that we're doing, all that we're talking about here.
That's it. I mean, in my business, and I hesitate to say business because this is going to be a part of it now. But primarily prior to this kind of change in health, it was in business and client building and marketing and things of that nature. So for years, I was getting inside of somebody's business practices, inside of their staffing, and training people.
Yeah.
So now the same mind that went to thinking about, well, how can you do things better with your money? with your marketing, and now it's taking over with the food and nutrition, and it's many people. I did coaching, like one-on-one coaching sessions. Did over 100 last year, and at least 50 to 60 of them had health challenges, even though it was a business coaching call.
So how did those things come to light in those conversations that you had with people?
Well, like I said, I did one-on-one. Well, let's say if it were you, if we spoke about your marketing or your social media. Generally, small business is a person on top.
Right.
It's one person, it's a couple, it's a family. And you go to asking them, how's it affecting you that you're working these long hours and not making it right? They start affecting eating.
Everything.
They start affecting rest, sleep. Many people were dealing with medical challenges. It's rampant. It's not talked about in entrepreneurship, but a lot of people are unhealthy because the number one thing people say is, I don't have
time to take care of myself.
I don't have time. So I'll do that. I'll put that off, I turned 40, man, and it's a lot different. I see friends of mine now, and it's like, yo, if I just told my life recently, I don't even think I don't know where I would be health-wise if I didn't even close my salon. I think a lot differently at the time because I didn't. I was about this time 2 years ago, I was about 40 pounds heavier.
Wow.
And totally just whacked out of my mind. You know what I mean? As far as Red Bulls and sugar and drinking and licking, you have to really think about just how you got to detox your business to figure out what I'm telling people now, that is on the plan to help your company. Doesn't sound normal because we're talking about like before you can get anything, you got to get you solid because you're going to have to drive all this business. So you need your mind, you need your voice. And so it was a big conversation.
So let me ask you this: what would be like your routine? Like, what kind of thing do you do daily? You know, or you know, maybe for the body wellness piece, and then sort of maybe on a weekly basis your financial wellness piece. So we could talk body wellness. What are some of your devotions, your rituals that you do? Because I think the brothers out there who are watching, they need to see this.
Yeah,
all right.
man.
Wellness is not a woman thing only.
No,
all right.
it's not.
All the brothers got to get on board with the wellness training.
And I was one that said, you know, forget about it.
Yes.
I'm just smiling. I thank you for the invitation to come on because I do a ton of speaking, but never any of these topics. And it's stuff that I think about every day.
Yeah.
First thing, I would encourage everybody really to do, definitely, you know, my brothers out there. As soon as I touch the ground, 32 ounces of water. As soon as I wake up.
How much?
32 ounces, bare minimum.
Bam.
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 Yeah. And we kind of switched over with filters, so we don't do a whole lot of bottled water, just straight.
Yeah.
Fresh in. I like to kind of work out at least 4 to 5 times a day, and that's kind of...
You said what?
Not the day, week. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
I was like 4 to 5 times a
I'm not that
day.
good. A week. I meant to say.
Or that 4 times you got now, right?
4 to 5. Definitely 3. You know, really getting it in. So I don't generally eat. I practice right now. We're doing kind of intermittent fasting, and I really enjoy that. Giving your body a little break. But I do aminos in the morning. So another thing I would really encourage people to do is really get connected to supplements, because a lot of times for me, I'm learning so many things with food, and this has been already mind-blowing, but I know for me, even our best efforts to eat, right?
Yes.
We don't get everything that we
Don't
need.
get everything in, that's right.
And the direct connection, you know, I talk to people in marketing about their business, and a lot of times people want to focus on what they do and not necessarily how to get the clients in the business. Marketing is the first thing that kills businesses. All of the Felice signs that we see, they don't have clients. So I talk to people like marketing is your meal plan for your business. So just like in health, you know, you gotta get serious about what is getting. So supplements, I do a great just multi-pack of, it's called Peak Performance. So start with that, aminos, the water. I do a lot of pre-workout stuff, not a lot, but some things to get me going and kind of, because sometimes
Get your blood flow going.
yeah, it's early, so you might get a little kick with a little caffeine. Sometimes I may do for breakfast, I may do like a little keto coffee or bulletproof coffee. So I try to keep it simple. I like to do, it's tough because I'm still from the South and brown, and my family is from New Orleans. So food is like,
I know.
it's like a family member.
Look, we know it's a family member. So we from the Caribbean, we get it.
No doubt.
We get it, like, you
a lot
know.
of connection to the West Indies.
Man,
too. Yeah.
look at this. Look at how this turned out.
Wonderful.
Bam, bam. Right? So
goodness.
you see the color? It's all different.
Wow.
It's golden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. And we're gonna use the paper towels to just sort of absorb some of the. Yeah, but these are healthy oils, so it's good. It's grapeseed oil. Wow. We don't use any corn oil ever. Corn oil is crap, and it's not good for you. It's not good for your digestive system. It's not good for your liver. Just you stay away from it, and it's of course mostly GMO. All right, so we're doing grapeseed oil and coconut oil. The coconut oil is gonna give it some beautiful flavor as well. So I'm going to turn this off. Yes. All right. So I'm listening to you. You keep going.
Yeah. So food wise, I definitely, you know, a little Apple wise, I tried my best to close the rings every day. Apple was, and there's tons of Fitbits and things like that.
Yeah.
At least 30 minutes a day, activity, sweating. I really encourage that. I didn't do it any of my 30s.
Wow.
So I almost feel like I'm catching up.
Yeah.
And at least anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Nice. Some type of carb. It's just beautiful. Blood. Yeah. I'm realizing, I told my wife the other day, I definitely believe I was pre-diabetic before I did this. I had every sign. Now that I'm working with diabetics, I had all of that. Blood flow, tingling, dizzy, all of those things. And you can change it. Because now I got a brother that's 9 years younger than me, and he couldn't hang with anorexia. Wow. And once upon a time, he could, I couldn't get off the couch. So definitely something green every day.
Nice.
Even some type of green drink or something, or just green vegetables.
Beautiful.
I hope this don't offend. I still got a little carnivore in the game, but not as much. Not as much. I
Right.
realize I can go a full day
Yeah.
and shake, salad,
Nice.
plant-based.
You said what you do plant-based maybe 3 times a week?
At least.
Yeah.
And definitely one full meal a day.
Yeah, that's,
It's just-
and so I always tell people, Raymond, I say, you know, that's why I like using the language plant-based,
I love
because
that.
you celebrate where you are when
Definitely.
you're plant-based.
Definitely.
Right?
And I just switched over to a plant-based shake, which typically they weren't always the best tasting. This one is wonderful,
Yeah.
and I realized it's a lot filling.
Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah, yeah.
what they're using as a base, so that's at least one for either lunch or breakfast.
Okay.
Sometimes even dinner, depending on, like a day like today, I did it as my dinner just because I wanted to be really light if I
Yeah.
came from out of town. So yeah, and
So that's
just
an
finished.
awesome
Yeah,
routine.
yeah.
And that's
Simple.
like daily. That's awesome.
And then think about, for instance, we're meeting somebody for dinner today, so think about your opportunities to put it in.
Right.
Put the plants here because you know you might do that
Right.
later on.
Right.
You know you're going to binge on the weekend for a conference or something
Right.
like that. Because I know for me, traveling, people want to love on you with food. So
Right.
but you can grab a salad. You
Right,
can grab
right.
vegetables.
You gotta
everywhere.
be really intentional,
Definitely.
particularly if you're eating out. You know, look at that menu if you can beforehand. Choose salads, choose things that are not fried in grease, because you don't necessarily know what they're doing.
You don't.
Just keep it real simple.
Stuff that they're saying is healthy, guys. It's not.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And it's going. The first thing you're going to notice when you switch over and eat food is you're going to be clicking. Your mind, which was needed in entrepreneurship and business a lot of times, computer work and marketing, social.
That alertness, that
Yeah.
remembering more, all of those things,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Even something as simple as going live. I'm on live IG at least 3 times, 4 times a week. And you're on your toes. You can do things because food, improper food, has a way of just wrecking your mental capacity. So yeah, that's mine. I just try to at least a gallon a day. Just try to clear that up, and just I'm trying. Now I am struggling with sleep because I'm
Think a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
little artist at heart. And shout out to the missus, man, because she puts a lot of this into play because we have totally different personalities. So very regimented, and even some of the food that you're using now we use, but I just try to keep it very conscious on the calories. Under 2,000, guys. Get that water in. I try to do we don't have any sodas. Even watching fruit juices, because a lot of that isn't real.
And I love the game changer because I do intermittent fasting also.
Change the
I
game.
start around 11 o'clock. And even if I start a little bit early, I know that my food window is around 8 hours.
Yes.
And then I shut it down.
Shut it down.
And I do feel better. You know, now there's some nights when we're unable to do that.
Yeah, it's tough.
But more and more, just you know, you don't have to worry about waking up with your stomach hurting because you ate too late. I mean, I struggle with that if I eat very, very late.
Yes.
So intermittent fasting is very powerful.
And it's a great way to sneak in if you were not sneak in, but kind of ease in if you're considering plant-based,
Yeah.
considering vegan or vegetarian. Don't change anything in your diet.
Yeah.
Just change
The
when
window.
you eat it.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then eventually you start thinking about, well, let me.
Yeah.
And then you can, you start feeling like
Yeah.
food is. I mean, half the medicine that we're taking
Yeah.
is plant-based, so
Yeah.
we can use it with food. And when-
There was a question about what's the shake that you use that you mentioned.
So it's called Vitality. It's connected to something, a company very similar to doTERRA, but it has a whole wellness array of products. So it's called Elevate. That particular person, I can give you some info on it, but it's inside of healthier snacks, plant-based snacks, and things like that. So we have just literally, it's funny because family will come over and it's like, yo, we ain't got no trash now, so bring your cookies with you.
Right.
We got everything that's a lot cleaner. And it's funny because people will joke at the beginning till they
Right.
see, like,
Okay.
yeah, man.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
You looking different.
Looking different.
You look sharper.
Feeling different.
You feel, they feel your energy.
That's
so
it.
That's it.
That's it. That's
All
it.
right, so that was your health and wellness piece.
Yes.
I want you to give some folks a couple tips, financial tips, before we go.
Okay.
That they can
Okay.
do, maybe just something that they can be mindful, be more intentional about on a month-to-month basis. Anything that you would recommend?
And maybe also mention like from an entrepreneur's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Guys, if you're in business, and I say entrepreneur because we're in one of the most entrepreneurial cities in the world, in Atlanta, and I went to high school out here, but it's just in the red of what we're seeing right now. Everybody is doing
They want to
something.
do something. They want to offer the world their
Something,
gifts, right?
And ultimately, that's fine until you now fire the boss You gotta become the boss. So primarily, I look at people in business and they want to focus on the thing that they do. And I like to talk about that as the method. I love to talk about the method. But a lot of people don't want to talk about money. It's as if somebody else is going to do that. You're going to go out of business if you don't consider the money. You got to get real serious, guys, especially if you're over the money, to think as your financial president, seemingly. The money, and we got to get serious about clients. Brand is brand. It's not business. To me, that's different. Business is just that, the register. And a lot of times my artists out there, I'm a creative, I just want to help the world. I don't really care about, listen, if you wanted to replace your full time, you got to get dead serious about quotas of people coming to the door. Because without capital, you're going to go out of business. So the first thing is get real serious, even extending out. We're here to help the Torgano Group on how to gain more clients. Because some people, just like most homes, most relationships are going out of business because of lack of money. Most people just need revenue. And what the revenue is clientele, which leads to the other one, which is marketing, which is not the money, but the marketing needs, you gotta constantly be recruiting. Constantly be thinking about new clients. You can't focus on the thing. For instance, the hair business. I am a hairstylist. I'm what some people would say, you know, an expert at some hairstyling. But I was much more focused. Remember, marketing is the meal plan to your business on social media, networking, you know, content created. So we can constantly have money to do things. So the first thing is to just make it, you know. And then as far as managing, this is a simple thing. It sounds simple and understood, but most people in business and at home are not operating from a budget. I would be one of them. One of the main things that got her from girlfriend to wife is I was complaining when we were dating about I don't have enough money to run my business. And her attitude looking from the outside was like, you're making tons of money. You're just not managing it. You're not seeing where it's going. And it keeps leaving out of your pocket. So plugging the leaks, making more, and then plugging.
And then really seeing a full picture.
It's going to fill up. If we realize $20 a day food, guys, that's $600 a month. It adds up. And people don't think that because it's leaking. Especially in businesses when you're dealing with cash. So she literally laid out what I was making. And it was way because I wanted some money to remodel the business. It was tons of money left. But because I didn't know where it was going, it was not there. And it switched it over. So now, even in our home, which sometimes I am not the best partner in the family meetings, when she like, no, let's tell her every dollar where to go on the first. So we know where it went. That is another
huge
game changer.
So budgeting,
which you can really select and get. Once you can walk up on a car lot, guys, with a $25,000 car and say, let me get it. And they say, well, let me talk to the finance manager. You're like, nah. I just want to buy it. Like, I'm going to buy a pair of shoes. And guess what? They sell cars like that. They sell homes like that. They sell businesses like that. We don't think so because everything has been credit.
And it's cheaper than that price.
Oh, yeah. They took a whole couple grand off. Well, you got cash? Oh, okay. And credit is, you know, the number one most marketed product in the world. And it's just hurting families, especially families that are below $50,000 a year. They prey on us, even in college. So get out of credit, guys. Get out of debt. Get the money coming in and plug the leaks in business and in the home. It's going to. You're going to see the numbers you've never seen.
I love this. All right, so how can they connect with you if people want business coaching?
You about to kick me out? I'm finished.
No. We gonna eat. We about to eat.
I love it.
So I just wanted to look at this. Look at this.
Okay. You see me looking at it.
No. We gonna eat first.
We
gonna eat. But I want you to tell folks, because we're going to add it to the comments.
Absolutely.
How can folks stay connected to you? Tell them about your handles, IG, Facebook, and then the business. How do they connect with you?
Guys, primarily our social media platform of choice is IG. We do it for the gram every day. My last name, TORREGANO 3.
We'll put in the comments.
Torgano 3, guys. So we're on there daily. Coming a lot more back to Facebook, so I'm bouncing back and forth. Our website is torganogroup.com. Our motto, again, guys, business, branding, better business, better brands, better business, better lives. This is apparel that we have.
I love it.
Yeah. And the better lives piece, guys, we're really growing because we think ultimately we're in business so we can take care of our families, so we can have free time. The average entrepreneur has been on vacation for 5 years. Yeah, so it's a huge part. It's in caps
Right.
in our model. So the website is torganogroup.com. You can find me at least 3 times a week live. For any beauty professionals that are out there that are considering, we have something that we're really proud of, our staple product. If you can imagine Netflix, but for hairstylists.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we have this online platform.
That's hot.
Yeah. I was an educator, traveled around the country for years. Last year alone, I went to probably 20 different events, and that's why I'm excited to be here, because you're my first event of the year, but it's different.
Yeah.
And I intentionally halted all of the hair kind of activities to do new exciting things like
this is
this,
wonderful.
because I'm not only focused on just branding and business. Nearly half of our time we're inside of we're actually advocates inside of the wellness company, just to help people, and we're seeing the difference. Even if something about siblings, just helping them with their homes, right?
If they open to you helping them.
If they open, and they have
Y'all
been.
know siblings, y'all can be difficult.
They have been. We want more people, because sometimes people think it's a hoax, but this is, I'm not going back. Right?
Nice,
So,
nice.
yeah, guys, so find me on IG, and again, if you're considering, we have a link. This is a little game right there for entrepreneurs. It's called linktree.com. It's a great way to show everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
Also, this is another thing that I'm cool about. I'm probably going to talk about this. Maybe even have you as a guest.
Yes.
I'm a podcaster, so.
Yes, your podcast is awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, y'all.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's for about a year, kind of simultaneously with the health changes. We started a podcast, and it's called Raymond in Your Ear. Meaning I don't have any set thing that I'm definitely gonna talk about this. This is gonna be my next episode. This experience, because it's just so full circle. But it's on anywhere you get your podcast: Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get podcasts.
We'll plug people.
Yeah. So, and it's free. So whatever, guys. Again, you can check on my page on Facebook, on Instagram, and if you're just into podcasting, working out, traveling, you'll love it. It's about 40. I think we did our 45th episode.
Ooh,
yeah,
wonderful.
and I encourage people, man, use these platforms. If I can help in any game. If you're in business, you should be using something: audio, podcast, video. What we're doing right now, blog, or at least some type of photo to replace a magazine. You're not gonna survive out here if you don't use social networking and the internet. It's real.
It's real. It's
Yeah,
real.
yeah, man.
All right, so I want you to try this before we go. Cool up. I didn't want your hands to get burnt. You know.
Oh wow.
Want to try it?
Yes.
Go ahead. Just grab one. Go ahead.
The seasoning almost gives it.
And the nice thing about the seasoning here, this one marinated overnight. So.
This is good.
That was good. Almost like meat.
You will not compare my plantains, my KELEWELE to
The
meat.
texture. Because typically, this would be great. A salad.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I was
Right?
thinking. I'm sorry. What I mean, no offense. Don't attack me.
You good.
But as a substitute, some people feel, I had a good friend of mine say, man, I need to feel meat. And I'm like,
And
man,
I understand what they're saying.
I need that feeling.
There are these flavors that you associate with
Or texture.
texture. It's
Yeah.
flavors and texture that you associate with meat.
Yeah.
And really, if we can help people to get that experience in the plants, then I think the transition for them will be a little bit better. So I get it.
That was a great way to put it. Because mushrooms do it.
Mushrooms.
And this is a great.
Jackfruit, certain seasonings, just help you to be like, it helps you to remember, woo. So we're not saying that it is that, but it helps you to just
This
enjoy
is
the
good.
experience.
I'm sorry.
KELEWELE.
KELEWELE. Spell it.
Oh man.
Okay.
KELEWELE.
Oh, okay. Just like it sounds.
KELEWELE.
KELEWELE. I love it.
Is that we brought back from Ghana?
This is from Ghana, yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, y'all. We about to go get some more smoothies going
Okay.
and eat some more KELEWELE. Yum, yum, yum. You guys know you can connect with me, chefbeee.com. That's 3 E's, Be Empowered, Energized, and Engaged.com. Yeah, give me some. That's right. We have the meal plans, plant-based meals to go. We have 3-day, 5-day, and 7-day plans. We also have our essential oil education that's on the site. And then what's coming up next month is Spring into the Raw, our 10-day raw food cleanse.
Yo, put us into that. I wanna
Yeah,
try.
our 10-day raw food cleanse.
I have a
coming
gift
up.
today. So you get a shirt.
I'm better.
as well.
I'm
Hey,
better. Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah, so we have, the site has everything you can get past cooking shows there, plant-based meals to go, essential oil education. You can purchase our cookbook, Let Plants Nourish You. So a wide variety of things are on the site. So we're so happy to be back from Ghana. We're ready to go back again, but we're happy to be back and share with everyone all of the wonderful things that we learned. Meet us back here in about 2 weeks. We are going to start talking more and more about Spring to the Raw, because as the seasons change, we want to definitely change our diets. And so Spring into the Raw is going to be an opportunity for you to do that.
I love
You
it.
eat raw and you eat within the seasons.
I love it.
All right?
Guys, if you're out there in any of the Torgano tribe, is what I call the community of people out there, guys, follow I am Chef Bee, 3
Yes.
B's on Insta. You're going to be seeing me plug her. We're going to see if we can squeeze out a podcast episode.
Yes.
Guys, consider this is wonderful food.
Yep.
Typically, people believe it's not going to taste amazing. This is amazing.
Simple.
So, guys, follow her on Facebook and Insta, and we might get on the podcast.
Yes. All
Thank
right.
you for
Yes.
having me.
Thank
Wow.
you for coming.
Thank you.
You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.